Researchers have highlighted that 90% of tourists coming to Zimbabwe, they are coming for wildlife. Of course, we have got our magnificent Victoria Falls, which is also one of the wonders of the world, the Ramsar site as well. But over and above, you realize that most of the tourists, when they come here, they want to see the big five.
Whenever tourists come in, they leave something in the community after visiting, seeing the wild animals in the game.
Takabenefita imbai yatakavakirwa apa. So kuti kana vanhu kuchiuya social warfare, Red Cross kana kuchinaya, zvekudya zvinotorwa zvoiswa mumba umo zvakachengeteseka sina kunaiwa nemvura. Saka is the benefit atikuwana panzou dzedu zatakagara nadzo. Bhutsu atakawana takapfeka bhutsu se elephant skin. Wariwana. Saka kumba zviyaza zikagadziriswa kuna Bulawayo zikaprocesswa zouya kuno toisa bhutsu. Saka that is the benefit atikuwana panzou.
Wildlife is important for the ecosystem, for the ecology, but also important for the economy of the country, as well as for the future generation. That if we don't preserve wildlife as a community and as a nation, it means that they'll go extinct, commercial poachers will benefit. We realize that mainly youths from these two areas are being used by commercial poachers to commit these wildlife crimes. You realize that most of the people that are arrested or get killed during these processes are young people, young unemployed people within the areas that are suffering already from poverty, and they get breadcrumbs from commercial poachers who benefit a lot both nationally and internationally.
So we have these challenges that has been going on for a long time, and we also have some members of the community, because of lack of information and because of issues of culture, they have this belief to say these animals belongs to the community, and therefore they've got a right to just walk in and kill them for their own consumption.
We are implementing in Zimbabwe a Savannah Trust, but we are also working with Twist Theatre for Development Project, an organization that is based in South Africa, and the project is being supported by USAID. So this project is a project that is bringing together community members to raise awareness on wildlife, the importance of wildlife in their communities, but at the same time to discuss the menacing challenge that they are faced with, that of poaching of wildlife.
Zimbabwe has kind of two types of wildlife crime activities. The commercial one and the communal kind of, where people go out, kill animals for consumption. Then there's the other one where people go out and kill animals for selling.
Data is within one way or another almost close to national park. There's a lot of wildlife crime that is happening there, a lot of poaching, a lot of signage that has been put within there's a gem there within Marist, which is borders Marist as well as national park. So people they realize certain corridors, or they can just put some signage within the way the elephants move. And then that's a very deadly way of eradicating elephants. So they will die quietly and then they remove the ivory. Then for instance, I think you saw maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, where there are about 6 buffaloes that were snared and killed by our communities within here. There are people that we know. They are staying near just a nearby village. They go at night, they snare them, and then they come and bring the meat, and then they start selling the meat within the communities.
The first activities that we did in this project was to do a mapping of the stakeholders within the 2 districts who are working on wildlife conservation.
For sustainability, for the future generations to also know what a buffalo looks like, know what a rhino looks like, know what a scorpion looks like. It should be through conservation that we are doing. So it is very key and very critical. We as an authority, we are saying thumbs up, we'll move with you and making sure that the objective is driven and people really understand it.
Our next stage from sensitizing the stakeholders in our communities was to train the community-based theatre groups on how to use theatre for transformation. And with theatre for transformation, it's an issue of creating stories for change, which is different from just creating stories for entertainment.
It can be here. So let's begin to walk into exaggerated moves. Let's go. Let's move.
So the idea is for us to, as we are working with these community theatre groups, as they are going to be the face of this project, going into the communities, we thought it is necessary to capacitate them with acting skills, playmaking skills, and facilitation. They are all together trying to get through this process so that when we leave this place, we have a full production which they are going to take in their communities. So we are using, basically we are using more of forum theatre as a type of theatre that we are using. What we want is to create this production which will provoke dialogue in communities so that the communities on their own will be able to find ways to reduce wildlife crime.
No! What if I take out the words? How would you mention?
As an artist, you must have the correct information. It is very, very important because just a small negative destroys everything.
We carried the workshop with theory and into the practical part of it. So there was like getting to know the issues around wildlife crime, which is the core theme that we are taking into the communities as having identified gaps with communities. So we had to get the real understanding of what wildlife is and what is exactly is happening.
During the training for community theatre groups, we had some of the stakeholders that we met earlier coming to share information around wildlife crime in their particular areas. They came and trained the theatre groups themselves on what is wildlife crime, the different types of crime that you would find around wildlife issues, and the punishments as well involved, where to report, how to report. so that as they are creating their plays, they also input this into their plays as a way of raising awareness. Much as we are advocating for the protection of wildlife, you would find that there are people with practical examples of how the same wildlife destroyed all their crops that they were looking up to, how the same wildlife ate all their livestock.
I think about 100 years ago, in Africa, we had 500,000 dogs. 500,000 dogs. If nothing is done, by 2045, we might have zero.
Lapha silenyamani ezinjengendlovu, izilwane, impisi, inyathi, vele inyamazana zangikhona zivele zihlala khona apha zidlula khona ngoba ziseduze le parks. Yindlela yazo lapha. Indlovu nxa zisiya kugwayi zidlula khona. Izilwana zidlela khona apha ezibamba khona izifuyo zethu labo mpisi. Izinyamazana ezikhona kakhulu lapha. Ezinye lezi hayi ziyafika nje amabhalabhala ahambela eceleni. Asiladubula kakhulu emasimini, but lezi indlovu yizo zilodubo lathi lezidwana labo mpisi. Indlovu kayixosheki into yakhona ngoba ibuya ebusuku, yafana nale mpisi. Indlovu zibuya ziningi ziyatshiya zonile emasimini ziyadla. Kwesinye isikhathi asivuni lutho ngenxa yazo indlovu, azilindeki ebusuku.
Nzvimbo dzakauya kuri kuma-88 manheru, saka nzvimbo ndakaedza kuti ndizizinganisa, but zvakakona kusvika nzvimbo dzapinda mumunda dzikadya zvese zvandaitarisira kuti ndo panoraramira mhuri yangu neniwo, zvikadya zvikapedza. Izvi zvandakazoita kubvapo ndakazosara ndiri munhu wangu sezvandakamira, kukasara kusina chinhu. So ndo pane chichemo changu ndaikumbirisa chaiwo dei zvaita kuti kuve kuti nzvimbo zvacho ziwane pekugara kuti nesuwo tione chekudya.
Chakaitika ndechekuti shumba dzakapinda mudanga rembudzi dzikabata mbudzi dzikadla zvifuyo zviya. Hadzina kuita kwegore rimwe chete. Pafirst year padzakabata mbudzi 7. 2018 dzikadzoka futi dzikadla mbudzi dzaikwana idzo 5. Kukazoti this year takabatirwa mhuru hombe kudarika iyo yamuri kuona iyo iroko.
Ndabona noliyeta tawenda ukusangwa ndatime ndimenda inkida mapulisa volanga nzobvi yakadhubidwa mapocha ndimenda inkida ndakavabona mapocha manavo utatu tukajena yakamupuka chindi nzobvu takuchioneko bona so lino kuti ndauibona pya ndafambona kuti penzuma vasikave vantu vaichenjezya vanyama vesu kambo iliya nzobvu tainchi twakabenefita zvo vakajena yakavola meja pakale vagwisya zvonse bheta aichakachiriwa.
So at the end of the day, you would find people like that, they were not forthcoming in terms of protecting this wildlife.
Zona indlovu zingene ngoba ngo-8 andisikhuluma ngenyamazana. For example senza nje indlovu zingene ngo-8. Laba bantu kwesinye isikhathi bazasifika ngama-10 or 10:30. Sebesithi zingabhayi zinanzi khona lapha phakathi. Sebezangena ke bedubule vele balandula. So ukudubula lokuvikela ungathi lapho asikuhlanganisi kahle la. So bazadubula of course sijabule sidla inyama but lwana umuntu lalabana abantu bebayi7 abadlelwayo akwananga lapha.
Esingakwenza ukuthi izinyamazana esizifuyileyo asibone nini ukuthi khona ziyeluswa zivalelwe esibayeni.
Boma serves two purposes. One is to have the cattle inside here for their safety, because any lion or hyena which comes seeking to kill the animal won't kill the animal, because as I said earlier on, the lion hunts what it sees. The hyena also hunts what it sees. Now with the boma, it's enclosed it will be hearing bells of cattle, bells of goats, but can't see the animals inside. It can go right round trying to find a space to get in, but it won't. Secondly, the bomber serves to fertilize the field. So animal droppings plus urine also fertilizes the land. The crop that is sown onto the where the enclosure was will give me something more than the area where there is no bomber.
Dambudziko rokudyigwa neshumba ndo zvakazokonzera kuti isusu tidzipinze mukati tivake danga radzo rive mukati, asi rarisiri danga rembudzi yesachi, rariri rehuku.
Manzi ngaveta sometimes kuti vaze kumudzi. So kuti vave ndawo njivanywa vachidwa kana chidhamu kana ninzi murusako kuti vazewo kuno kunori kuchero.
We are going to perform in the selected communities as an awareness now. And our venues for tomorrow is Luvandawad and Luvandawad in the morning, and we do Sabawad in the afternoon. Of course, we are not covering the whole wards because the wards are big, but just like part of that community will benefit.
Angiboni ukuthi ngakunceda mina. Kodwa ngawunika umsebenzi.
Ushingo.
Uyafuna umsebenzi?
Ushingo ndo dakasakasa. Ushingo.
That's my boy.
Enyathi ndobuka kasa.
That's my boy.
Ndomu dakasakasa.
Yilo umsebenzi. Engawuphiwayo umngani wami. Uthi yena ufuna impondo. Sikabhejani.
Mbisho.
Yes.
Ndio unapona mbisho ya mbetani.
Uthe ufuna impondo.
Tadokura mwazi wadi mbisho kilosungisa. Hakuna mwisho wangu nipena utani yo mbisho.
Umochele isikhathi. Mina I think ukuthi ngiyakuncedisa. Kodwa ufuna incedo.
Ncedo ndo uda, but not wembisho chechipembero tadokura. Zinosungise.
Theatre is a tool that is easy to understand when it comes to issues like these, because issues like these are quite sensitive when you go deeper into them. So with theatre, you are able to break down complex issues to become very, very simple. You are also able to deal with the very sensitive nature in a way that people understand, but also doesn't raise emotions that will hinder the project. And also as they perform, you would find that it becomes a rehearsal to the community members themselves, even surprisingly to the theatre group members, on how they can also begin to change in terms of attitudes on how they viewed issues of wildlife crime. They begin to also change themselves as they see characters in their plays change.
I'll finish. What? Wena nkukhu. Khangela abantwana engakhina. Umntanami uluzile. Ufile. Umzukulu womntabona ubotshiwe 10 years. uthi imali izayithatha ngapi?
Usanuza zamani wakawena. Mali wakawena. Nimshatini mucha kufewa. The survival of the fittest.
Bwana Nkulu. Ngithe ngikubona ubuye. Besithi ubuya lapho uzoncedisa ukukhala umntanami. Udimanda njani imali esililwe lisho?
Hayi, ukayikhamana kawena leo mimi. Mtambama ungene shatini. Ukathi ngestaff yakhe mina I need the staff. By 6 o'clock in the morning I'll be back. I want my staff. No strike.
We created we would like to call it an alternative platform for dialoguing, a free space, a space where people are able to share their views without being afraid of what's going to happen after, and a space whereby even the authorities are open enough to receive information even that is coming from the community members that they are working with.
Umdlalo omuhle abantu especially abakhona lapho wawubonile uqalisa ukuthi ekuthiwa njani babalwana ukuthi ube encourage umntana ukuthi eyophoja, but watshengisa futhi ukuthi ama-results okuphoja kuyini silile. So abalapha so kumele bebekwazi ukuthi ma uphoja usenzani, but okubuya ekucineni ikufa. So ngibona ngathi bonke abakhona sebebonile ukuthi hayi ngakhanga ama-results lawo, ngayenza okubi ama-results lawo, ngayenza okungekho emthethweni ama-results.
The Ango is a bad man. He's encouraging that guy to do poaching. So it's not good. Instead of protecting the wildlife animals for the future generations to see, if you hand them and you finish them, it's not good. So this young generation, they will see nothing.
Akamboga zito zitwabona kuma sketches zitwaligwiya kubona ameso yari kutupa mizeze ya kuti naga tukede mugati ka community kuti bingwi kuti kubulige nyongwe ziri mburi zezi twerede gwiya uri fundisya inzira zo kuchengeta abanyama besu
sha and ndalira misho jibe ekta ndashanti
mfuna ukuthi nibuze ukuthi kuyini esingakwenza njenge community yalapha eLupote ukuze izinto ezinjalo zingayenzakali.
Ma-relaxation box kuyahluka ngoba omunye umuntu uzabe hlezi nomakhelwane wakhe la esabe ukuzoreport ukuthi uzibonisa so we want ukuthi there must be suggestion box of painted dogs and national parks ukuthi makulomuntu onayo you just write a letter go and put it there.
Discourage ukuthenga inyama eganga to reduce poaching. It's not bad. Wabona umuntu ethenga inyama eganga ungathenga
Inyama engaqedakali ukuthi
ivela ngaphi engahlolwanga engalama license.
Ngamakhaya ngithi uhamba sisothi chithi yandi ya trainer lino mudati twatungozolo njina banina tumabujeta biziphenji kambo njina vakazizide safu jafukata dzichiwo so vana vesuta vachizizinji lino vya manda jina muntu jaulo chikumba musada chijena nganda nyema kale chevi yanda ndibe zosimoni kambo njanda banyama kuti nkava vezivana
reporting system I think it has been addressed ukuthi khona indlovu zingenile stabo campfire yes sifikile councilini indlovu zingenile sifikile main bank main camp zingenile izilwane sifikile main camp abuyile-ke bazasiphathisa.
Iganyana asithathi isikhathi. Singezwa umbiko lo, if you can't get through ku toll free, phone my number. Yeah.
We are here in Samende area. Samende area being in under Sigalenge ward in Binga district, where we have a community meeting which was reflecting on the performance of play on wildlife crime. So this is the community meeting which has set an action plan as they view a way forward in terms of curbing crime against wildlife and also saving human life.
We are grateful that as we were implementing this project, at least we got people to talk about it. At least we got community members to engage with the responsible officials when it comes to issues of wildlife crime in their areas. We were also grateful that you would hear the community members share their views in the presence of the officials, and the officials also be able to respond, because there was an issue of saying they didn't respond the way that I liked. Why? And then it caused blame game. But this is not what we wanted. At least they began to talk. At least they came up with homegrown solutions.
Drama yatu inspire mbele bantu babusina. Chintu imperegezo ngitulazo nje ukuthi izinto zinkirire kabutu. Ibanyama bakwabiliwe kabutu. Ibonanga idrama yerede guserela. Yinke gasigire ku bantu bonse nibali ansi kuma villages. Itagolere kuperape.
It was so unfortunately that the play was not done to satisfy all the community because of this pandemic which we are facing, the COVID-19. But above all, the play was wonderful and it was educative enough. The community was pleased to understand and to see the play.
So I'm very much thankful to this Savannah, so that next time they can also assist this group. So few people have seen, but more people have got the interest to see furthermore about this drama. So I'm so thankful with these partners. Let's not end today, but I hope more and more again, my people in this world, they need to learn more about this drama. We have learned a lot. A crime is not even allowed to do this. Our elephants, this is our national resources which we need to protect.
Tulege,